In the remote industrial highlands, the journey begins at the world's only macroformica processing plant.
Specialized biocontainment units dock with millimeter precision to ensure zero contamination.
Safety protocols here are stricter than a nuclear facility. The cargo is volatile.
Transported in a cryosedated state, the livestock remains calm and their exoskeletons undamaged.
Automated handlers, calibrated to the ounce, unload the specimens without scratching the precious chitin. A preliminary sterile wash removes field dust and pheromones.
Veterinary inspectors check every specimen. Only the healthiest exoskeletons make the grade.
Ultrasonic density scanners map the thickness of the cuticle plates.
The termination process is instantaneous, utilizing a hypercooling nitrogen flash.
This locks the molecular structure of the chitin before degradation can begin.
Laser-guided separation ensures the dorsal plates, the prime leather, remain intact.
High-pressure vacuums harvest the protein, which will go to the food processing wing.
The raw hides, now hollow shells, are flushed to remove organic residues.
Sorting begins immediately. These rigid shells are about to undergo a radical transformation. Nothing is wasted. The mandibles are sorted for buttons and clasps. Batch tracking ensures traceability from the farm to the fashion house. Standard tanning won't work here. We need descleratization.
The shells are submerged in a proprietary enzyme cocktail known as Chitoflex.
This solution breaks down the cross-linked proteins that make the shell hard.
pH levels are monitored constantly. Too acidic, and the shell dissolves completely.
The transformation is successful. The armor is now hide.
A thermal shock stops the enzymatic action instantly.
They enter a neutralizing bath to balance the acidity before mechanical working.
Just like traditional leather, the inner membrane must be shaved away.
The fleshing cylinder spins at 2000 RPM, cleaning the underside down to the micron.
The result is a clean, uniform surface, ready for the tanning agents.
Machines can't reach everywhere. Expert scutters clean the complex joint sockets by hand. Baiting enzymes digest the last remaining non-structural proteins. This tumbling action also begins to separate the fibers, increasing softness. The wastewater is filtered and recycled. Sustainability is key.
The skins are now in the pelt state, clean, soft, and chemically receptive.
We use a modified vegetable tanning process, enhanced with synthetic resins.
This liquor will replace the water in the skin's cells, preserving it forever.
Heat and motion drive the tannins deep into the dense insect cuticle.
At a molecular level, the tannins cross-link the chitin chains, preventing decay.
The cut test confirms penetration. The color must be uniform all the way through.
Emerging from the drum, the ant skin is now officially leather. The sammying machine squeezes out excess moisture under high pressure.
The natural segmentation pattern of the ant is now clearly visible.
Ant skin is thickest at the thorax. It must be leveled.
The splitter separates the top grain, the valuable part, from the fibrous underneath. For high-end jackets, we require a precise thickness of 1.2 millimeters. The lower split is ground down to make bonded material for shoe soles.
Shaving ensures the leather drapes perfectly on the wearer's body.
Dust extraction keeps the facility surgical clean. Touch inspection finds imperfections that lasers miss. Uniform, smooth, and tanned. They are ready for color. Color chemists formulate the season's palette precise to the gram. Hot water and dye are introduced to the skins in the coloring drum. Anionic dyes bond chemically with the chitin structure. Then, fat liquoring. We add natural oils to lubricate the fibers internally.
This prevents the leather from drying out and cracking, keeping it supple.
After 6 hours at 60 degrees, the cycle is complete.
The dull tan is transformed into a deep, penetrating midnight blue.
The dye has penetrated 100% through the thickness.
Setting out machines stretch the leather to remove wrinkles and gain area.
Toggling clips hold the skin taut as it enters the drying tunnel.
Gentle convection drying prevents the chitin from hardening too fast.
Humidity is reduced from 60% to 12% over 4 hours.
Upon exit, the leather is stiff, known as crust state.
A light misting reintroduces just enough moisture for the softening phase. They rest for 24 hours to let the moisture equalize. This resting period is crucial for consistent texture.
The staking machine mechanically massages the leather with vibrating pins.
This aggressive action breaks the temporary adhesions between fibers.
For the ultimate soft feel, we dry mill the skins for 8 hours.
The continuous tumbling polishes the grain and softens the handle.
The once hard insect shell now flows like heavy silk.
Milling also accentuates the natural pebbled texture of the ant skin. An automated spray line applies a base coat of acrylic binder. This ensures the dye is locked in and the surface is uniform. Flash drying between coats prevents tackiness. For the obsidian finish, a high-gloss polyurethane topcoat is rolled on. A rotary iron presses the surface smooth and activates the gloss.
Inspection under 5,000 lumen lights reveals even the slightest dull spot.
Alternatively, buffing creates a velvet-like nubuck finish. Laser scanners measure the final square footage to the decimal.
In the atelier, designers map the unique ant segmentation to the garment lines.
Nesting software projects the pattern pieces onto the hide to minimize waste. Human intuition is still needed to navigate natural irregularities. CNC cutting tables slice through the tough material with surgical speed. The blade pivots instantly, cutting complex curves without fraying. The kit of parts for a single jacket is bundled together. Laser etching provides authenticity verification for the luxury market.
The cut kits move to the assembly floor.
Before sewing, edges must be skivved, thinned down to prevent bulky seams.
A bell knife removes a feather-thin layer from the margin. Bonding cement is applied to the skivved area.
For bag handles, the edges are folded and hammered for a clean finish.
Zipper panels are split further to ensure the slider moves smoothly.
Precision here is critical. Too thin and the seam will tear.
Preparation is complete. The components are ready for construction. We use diamond point needles to pierce the dense chitin without splitting it. The assembly floor is a blend of quiet concentration and machine hum. Walking foot machines feed the slippery material evenly.
Master sewers align the scale patterns so the seam disappears.
A breathable silk lining is inserted for wearer comfort.
Thick junctions are hammered flat to ensure the silhouette remains sleek.
Heavy-duty hardware is riveted into place.
The birthing of the bag reveals its final three-dimensional form.
Final thread trimming is done by hand.
A final hand polishing with carnauba wax brings out the luster.
Hot air relaxes any creases formed during assembly. Stuffing ensures the product holds its shape during shipping.
Every zipper is tested 50 times.
UV inspection checks for any adhesive residue or hidden flaws. The provenance tag connects the owner to the specific origin of the material. The provenance tag connects the owner to the specific origin of the material.
Wrapped in organic cotton to protect the finish.
The final unboxing experience is designed to be as premium as the product.
The fulfillment center is fully automated.
Loading onto air freight modules for rapid global distribution.
From a biological marvel to a fashion icon, the journey is complete. Ant skin leather, the durable, sustainable future of luxury.
Look for the Macroformica seal.
Production team, your name. Visit us online for the full technical white paper.